TGIF, it's Friday, big NBA slate. I got some prize picks for you. Let's go. Hey, it's Craig Bennett, aka Cash Cake, here with you with another NBA Prize Picks video. Like I said, a massive slate here on Friday. Did really well on Wednesday, went 6-2 on the video for Prize Picks, 4-0 on Underdog, so 10-2 across those three videos. I've got 5 more plays for you here. If you want to check out any of our other plays, you can sign up on our Patreon below. Do have a plus EV tool for both Prize Picks and Underdog. Check all that in the Patreon, basically the price of lunch. And hey, this video is brought to you by OddsJam.com. I'm going to show you a new sweet screen they have. We can kind of see all the odds on some of these players. And I'll show you how I find some of these picks that I'm going to talk to you today. So we'll head on over, check out that side a little bit. And again, the screen that I'm going to show you over there, it is absolutely free. So we'll check that on out. But hey, if you like these videos, hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. And we'll keep knocking these videos out for you. Hopefully help you in your research process. Let's dive into it. All right, as you can see, I have the PricePicks desktop up here. They have a sweet mobile app you can download as well. But again, we're going to talk about 5 plays that we have. Again, this video is brought to you by OddsJam.com. So we're going to reach over there and check out their stuff here shortly. But we'll talk about one play first, and it's right here on the board. And if you were signed up on Patreon, you would have got this at a better price. But hey, 16.5 points here. We're going to take more on Devin Vassell here. This is just too low for him. Now, it's a 1-game sample size, but he's going to be a guy that's going to shoot an absolute ton for this team. If we saw the first game against Charlotte, they lost, only played 29 minutes, but he put up a ton of shots. 15, he only shot 3 from 15, 0 of 8 behind the arc. He has no problem at chucking the rock here. 15.5 was really low. I'm still fine at 16.5. I think he can easily put over this mark. Going up against Indy is fantastic. Both teams are horrendous. They're both going to be tanking this year. So 16.5 is something I really love at this point. He should shoot way better than the 20% he shot against Charlotte back on Wednesday. So still got to the line 5 to 8 times. That's how he got a lot of his points. He put up 11 points for shooting 3 for 15. If he can shoot just 40 or 50% from the field, he cruises over this number. So one of my favorite plays out of the 5 that I'm going to give you, like I said, you would have got it at 15.5 if you were over in the Patreon streets. With that, let's dive right on over real quick. I kind of want to show you what do we have to offer over here at OddsJam.com and show you their new beta version of the screen. So let's check it out. All right. As you can see up here, I have the NBA pulled up. If you come up here and hit screen, you'll see basically you can pick money line. You can pick any sport that you want to. If you want to do player props themselves, you can here and hit points. You can come down. If you hit points, player points on these, it'll give you basically the best odds that you're looking for at each book here. So at the top here, if you want to just look like Plumlee, it'll tell you where the best odds over here at FanDuel at -106 for ticket over at 7.5. And it'll tell you all these different books. If you want to change it up a little bit and you don't want to see all 134 books, you can just select the books that you use personally, which makes it a little cleaner and easier to read. But really slick setup here. This is absolutely free if you want to check it out. Full board here. And it's something that just makes it easier to find some of these plays and looking for the best play or the best price, because that's a big thing over here is finding the best price on some of these. When there's so many different books that you can use, it's nice if you're really onto a certain guy and you're like, I need to find the best price on a guy. Come on over here, look at Devin Vassell at 17.5 points. Over at PointsBet 17.5. You can get it at +115. If you still want to play it at 15.5, it looks like Borgata has it at -135. You can see all these are really high. DraftKings has it at -155 for 15.5. So it's just really something to really look into and shop your lines. But another thing I use quite often here is coming over and I can pick a sport like NBA. And I'll come down and I'll just pick the game that I want. So if we talk about the Spurs game and Pacers, I'm going to use Vassell here just because I've already talked about the play. If we come down here and look at player points, kind of pull this up, what we're doing is looking at this OddsJam perfect line. We're comparing this to PricePicks. It's not up here right now. I think I might have turned it off, but you'll see a bunch of different PricePicks and underdog for these lines up here. And so you're just what you're doing is just comparing this OddsJam perfect line to any of the books, and you're trying to get better odds than you can from this perfect line. So this perfect line is, minus 133 on Jakob Poeltl. Well, you can get 8 cents on the dollar here over at DraftKings. And this is very similar than when they have for PricePicks or underdog. You're looking for anything over minus 137 because that is the odds for a 2-man power play. So like this one, Halliburton, over 17.5 points, minus 157 is what they have it at. I love this play, Halliburton. You can get it over on BetMGM at minus 120. I might even lock this in now, 37 cents on a dollar. And if we can get that line over at PricePicks or underdog, that's where I'm seeing massive value at 20 cents on the dollar over at PricePicks. So that's how I use this. Fantastic. I highly recommend using these guys at oddsjam.com. And again, using this screen where you can pull up and look at all the different odds. Like I said, NFL, NBA, they have a bunch of different sports you can pull up on this, and it's absolutely free to use. So with that, let's jump right back over to PricePicks and talk about the remaining 4 plays. All right, now we're back here. Like I said, you can kind of see the odds that really pushed Devin over. One thing I want to show you is, again, our PricePicks tool that we have. We have it for NFL here, NHL, MLB, even baseball still. We're going to continue to add to this. If you want to check it out and get access to this, you not only get access to the PricePicks plus EV tool, you also get access to the underdog one and our models on all 4 sports that we have running right now for spreads, totals and everything like that. So you get everything. It's a ton of value. It should be way more than it is, but I'm doing this help you guys out. Hopefully we can all help each other out, build a great community together, and continue to help each other. So with that, the next play we're going to look at here, I'm going to go over to the Bulls, going to go DeMar DeRozan, and I'm going to go over 27.5 points. Now, we saw last year when Levine was out like he is now and Ball, he was scoring 30-plus points on a ton of games. And now that we get him again in a similar situation where we don't have any Zach LaVine and we don't have any Lonzo Ball, then we're going to see the ball go through DeRozan's hands. He's going to be super aggressive with the ball. Going up against Washington, I'm not scared of that at all. Put up 37 against Miami the first game here, and I think it's a spot he can continue to do it. Saw 36 minutes, put up 22 shots. I think we're going to see over 20 shots again out of him, and it's just a really good spot for DeMar DeRozan for over 27.5 points. Next one is a play I do like, but the only thing I worry about is maybe a blowout because they are playing Orlando, and it is looking at Murray at 28.5. You know what? I'm going to scratch this mid-form because I do worry about the blowout a little bit, but the thing I don't, or one of the plays I do like a lot, I'm just going to mention it. I dropped it already in the official plays over in the Discord, and it's been out a while, but it's one that I was on Wednesday, and I'm going to go back here. I just like this play a little bit more. We're going to go Paolo Banchero over 16.5 points. Saw the usage rate well over 30% here. Should see very similar situation. The guy is just a stud. I hope you're able to watch him on Wednesday. But I think it's going to be a race between Banchero and Ivy for Rookie of the Year. Both those guys are pretty polished. But if Banchero's going to if he's going to see, plus 30% usage rate and the ball in his hands a ton, you just have to love him here. So I'm going to go over 16.5 points here instead of the Murray. What I was looking at was DeJounte Murray over 28.5 points and assist. I like the play still. If this game stays close, I love it. The only thing I do worry about, it just comes down to, is the game going to stay close? Because they look really good together with him and Young. So we're going to just throw a Banchero in there instead. Next one we're going to look at is we're going to go to Desmond Bane, and I'm going to go over. This one I don't tend to like to do, but I'm going to go more than 3.5 3-pointers made. And this is more of just a volume game with him because he shoots an absolute ton of threes. And he's playing Houston out of everybody. Houston is ranked 21st in 3-pointers allowed last year. If we looked at what Bane did against the Knicks, he only hit 3, but he shot 13 threes, 3 for 13. And before that, the game last year in the playoffs, he made 4 in 3 of his last 4 games. So Yeah, just a spot. I think he's going to continue to shoot a ton. Houston, again, is not great defensively around the three. And if he's going to be shooting a ton of threes like this, I think we can take a shot at him at over 3.5 3-pointers made. And the juice on this is massively on the over, around minus, I think is minus 150 or something for the over. So that's something we want more of 3.5. And then the last one we're going to look at here, I'm going back to redemption here. I'm going to go Bam Bam. We're going to go 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists here. I don't even mind taking over 31.5 for fantasy score here either. So either one of these, again, Boston don't have big Time Lord Bob Williams in the middle, so he's going to go up against Horford. And I think he can get it done here. He shot horribly that first game against the Bulls. So I think he's going to come out a little bit of redemption here, get you rebounds, couple assists, couple, points. I'm going to take more than 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Bam Bam. So that's what I'm looking at here. Again, if I had to rank these, I'd probably take Vassell number 1, Banchero number 2, DeRozan number 3, Bam number 4, and Bane number 5. Again, if you want access to anything that we have over at Patreon, I have my official picks up, probably close to 15 picks for the night that's up there, as well as all the tools that we have. You can sign up using the link in the description below. So with that, appreciate each and every one of you guys, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.